Billy Joel's Turbulent Life, Music, Marriages, and Redemption. Documentary Revelations. Billy Joel's documentary, particularly its second part, unveils a deeply personal narrative filled with struggles and triumphs, revealing how music has been a lifeline for him. The first segment concludes with Joel reflecting on the harsh realities of life, stating, "I realize life doesn't always have a happy ending." This sentiment resonates throughout the second half of the documentary, titled Billy Joel and So It Goes, which continues to explore his journey with a blend of realism and hope. As the 76-year-old musician sits at his piano, he expresses his ongoing quest for understanding, saying, "I'm not finished. I'm still looking. I'm still searching. I may not ever figure it all out, but I'm trying." This poignant moment encapsulates the essence of his life story, which is set to premiere on HBO Max on July 25th, following the release of the first part on July 18th. The documentary spans 2.5 hours and picks up in 1982, a pivotal year when a motorcycle accident left Joel with a broken wrist, jeopardizing his career. Directed by Susan Lacey and Jessica Levin, this comprehensive exploration of Joel's later years leads to his record-breaking residency at Madison Square Garden. Interestingly, the documentary's release coincides with the anniversary of his last performance at the iconic venue, marking the end of a decade-long series of shows. Although the documentary was completed before Joel's recent diagnosis of normal pressure hydrocephalus, it candidly addresses his battles with depression, bankruptcy, and alcoholism. Just as the first part featured insights from his first wife, Elizabeth Weber, this installment includes heartfelt commentary from his ex-wives, Christie Brinkley and Katie Lee, as well as his daughter Alexa and current wife, Alexis Roderick. The film also features appearances from music legends like Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Sting, Garth Brooks, Jackson Browne, and Nas, who share their perspectives on what makes Joel one of the most significant musicians of the past 5 decades. One of the documentary's standout moments is Joel's reflection on his Jewish heritage and family history. His song Vienna was inspired by his father Howard, who left when Joel was young. Longtime friend Howard Stern notes, "You see the glimpse of the trauma Billy had in his life in his songs. I think his drive is wanting to know his father through music." Joel eventually reconnected with his father in Vienna, but their relationship remained strained until Howard's passing in 2011. Joel also discusses the impact of his family's history in Germany during Hitler's regime, explaining his decision to wear a yellow Jewish star during a concert in 2017 as a response to a white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. He firmly states, "No matter what, I will always be a Jew." The documentary also delves into Joel's romantic life, particularly his relationship with supermodel Christie Brinkley. Their love story began in St. Bart's in 1983, where they were seen as an unlikely pair. Brinkley describes Joel as having a sweet, old-fashioned charm, while Joel recalls feeling rejuvenated by their connection. Their marriage produced a daughter, Alexa, and inspired Joel's hit album, An Innocent Man, featuring the iconic song Uptown Girl. However, their relationship faced challenges, particularly when Brinkley discovered that Joel's manager was mismanaging his finances. This revelation strained their marriage, leading to their divorce in 1994. Joel struggles with addiction, and his tendency to retreat into his home life also contributed to his later separation from chef Katie Lee. In 2015, Joel married Alexis Roderick, and together they had 2 young daughters, Della Rose and Rivianne. Reflecting on his current family life, he states, "I still believe in love." The documentary also highlights a significant turning point in Joel's career following Hurricane Sandy in 2012. After the storm devastated parts of Long Island, he performed at the 1200 relief concert at Madison Square Garden, which reignited his passion for performing. His booking agent suggested a monthly residency at the venue, which Joel initially thought would be short-lived. Instead, he ended up performing 100 sold-out shows over a decade. As the film juxtaposes footage of Joel's early days with his current performances, it underscores a powerful realization he has come to over the years. Music saved my life. This segment encapsulates the essence of his journey, inviting viewers to reflect on the transformative power of music in their own minds. Billy Joel condemns Trump's Charlottesville remarks. Nazis are not good people. HBO doc recap. Imagine silence, hearing some very fine people on both sides. Words that still echo in the wake of one of America's darkest moments. Singer-songwriter Billy Joel didn't stay quiet, though. In part 2 of his Billy Joel and So It Goes documentary on HBO Max, the 5-time Grammy winner confronts his disgust over Donald Trump's infamous response to the 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. This isn't just about politics, it's personal. When white nationalists marched through Virginia chanting anti-Semitic slogans like, "Jews will not replace us," Joel felt a fire inside. A week later, during an encore at Madison Square Garden, he made a quiet but powerful statement. He pinned a Star of David to his suit. Why? Because neutrality has consequences. There are things that happen and you cannot look away. He shared, "Historically, we've seen what happens when you do. My grandfather's family was slaughtered in Auschwitz. My father fought Nazis in Patton's army. This isn't just history, it's family." Here's the kicker. Joel didn't want to preach. "I never liked getting political on stage." But Charlottesville made him. You fought a war to defeat these people, and then Trump comes out and says that? He should have said, "Those are bad people. Nazis are not good people. Period." His voice cracks with anger in the documentary, which drops on HBO Max July 25th at 8 p.m. The rally itself, a deadly flashpoint. Right-wing groups clash with counter-protesters, leaving Heather Heyer dead and dozens injured when a white supremacist plowed into a crowd. Did you know this horrific act had lasting consequences? In July 2024, a federal appeals court ruled that white supremacist groups must pay $2 million to victims of the rally's violence, a reminder that hate had real, ongoing costs. Joel's protest wasn't just symbolic. During a 2018 interview, he explained why it mattered. "My family suffered. I think I have a right to do that." But here's where it gets controversial. Should artists stay neutral? Joel's choice to use his platform, a subtle act, not a speech, highlights a debate. Did he handle it right? Some might argue silent protests risk being interpreted as complicity. Others see it as a peaceful, impactful statement. Meanwhile, Trump's original defenders still claim context justifies his remarks. But Joel is clear. No context justifies cauliflower Nazis as very fine people. The documentary isn't just Joel's story. It's Americana lesson. Part 2 dives deeper into these tensions, asking, what responsibility do public figures have in battling hate? Do you think Joel's approach worked? Share your take. Should artists confront injustice like this or stay out of politics? The conversation isn't over, and neither is Joel's willingness to speak up when silence feels like surrender. Tune in to HBO Max to catch the full story before missing Part 2's release July 25th.